Minister for Education.
Thank you, sir. Languages in our schools are a very important part of the curriculum offering, and indeed the Marshall Liberal Government has, over the last 2.5 years since coming to government, sought through our Languages in Schools strategy to enhance the offering of languages in our schools, particularly through this program in our public schools, but not just in our public schools. It is, of course, a challenge in many parts of the English-speaking world to identify the value of learning languages as part of school curriculum. But I think that it is beholden on all of us as members of this parliament, as community leaders, as people who engage regularly with school communities, to encourage principals and community members and parents and others indeed to see the value in our languages, to help with our young people's capacity to see the world from a different perspective, to indeed have the capacity to have access to their cultural heritage if indeed they are from a non-English speaking cultural heritage background. For our Aboriginal learners, language is a point of cultural pride, and being able to reclaim indeed some Aboriginal languages is part of the work that we are doing in our Aboriginal education strategy. I thought it would be useful at this point to update the House on some of the delivery of the Languages in Schools program. Of course, during COVID-19 there has been some impact. Indeed, teacher and student language immersion scholarships for travel to international destinations has been placed on hold for obvious reasons. 15 schools and 26 teachers spanning 11 languages have received scholarships to date and will be supported to recommence appropriate travel arrangements once it's determined safe to do so. Round 1 of the Languages Professional Learning Program was successfully delivered face-to-face in 2019 to 172 teachers across 44 schools and 2 of our community language schools. Round 2 was adapted this year because of COVID to be delivered online, and there are currently approximately 150 teachers completing that program online, including 12 teachers from community language schools. Enhancing the experience of our children and young people while they're in these language classes, while they're in their language classes, is part of the way in which we're going to increase the numbers of our children and young people choosing to do language when they get into junior secondary and then senior secondary school at a time when it's no longer compulsory to do so. And what we have seen over a successive period of years is, from year 8, the numbers of students studying languages diminishing dramatically. And so getting that turnaround, if you're judging by year 12 numbers, it's going to take some time, sir, because you can only study the year 12 language if you've done it at year 11, and if you can only do it at year 11 and if you've done it at year 10 and so forth, you get the idea, sir. That means we need more and more of our year 8s to be choosing to do languages at year 9. They need to have a good experience in their early years of language learning, and their parents, their schools need to value the benefits to the student of those languages, the potential outstanding job employment benefits too. I want to commend particularly the School of Languages, an outstanding institution in our public education system, for some of the work they're doing. 2 particular programs, one of which has been introduced, one of which has been expanded, dramatically expanded as a result of the Marshall Liberal Government's election commitments. Now, in relation to Languages Alive, which is a holiday program particularly targeted at primary school students, we have seen those holiday programs conducted across South Australia, including in regional areas. They've continued this year. Indeed, in the October school holidays, Languages Alive was offered to primary students over 5 days for 7 languages, including Arabic, Auslan, Chinese, French, Italian, Nepali and Spanish. And indeed, the other program is Let's Talk, a new program for senior secondary students to really help them nail the complexities of their language studies. 7 languages over 2 days, including Chinese, French, German, Indonesian, Italian, Japanese and Spanish. And the students reported that they were terrific programs. For Languages Alive, 88% of the students reported, and this is the quote, "It was awesome." And indeed, 10% enjoyed it a lot, 2.5% enjoyed it, and I quote, "a bit." Learning about other languages and cultures, 81% reported that it improved heaps and 51% improved a lot. For Let's Talk, sir, 51% of students engaged said that it exceeded expectations, 49% that it met, none were disappointed, and 74% will attend it again. I also identify the Innovative Language Program grants and the expansion of the International Baccalaureate program are going well. The program grants are now being assessed, and I look forward to seeing the research research reports. The IB schools, Roma Mitchell is a year ahead of schedule, and next year we'll start offering the diploma, and Unley, Aberfoyle Park and indeed Nord Morialta are on track as planned to deliver this in 2022. There are further work being done at the Open Access College and across the Education Department. I commend all of our language teachers in South Australia, and a special shout out to all parents who have encouraged their own child to study languages. I know all members of Parliament will join me in doing so.